Howdy folks, this is Yenta, kicking off some more CPL preseason action. This time we're going to be taking a look at Week 3, Group 30. Got a pretty good lineup of folks in this group. Personally suggested this group by Ricehat. He said this is the Ricehattiest of all Ricehatty groups, so I don't know what that means. I hope that means that it's going to be fun and exciting. I hope I'm not getting baited into, I don't know what I could be getting baited into, but you never know. As long as I don't go crazy casting. So the other folks in this group are going to be Memnon, Forte, NCX, and Quad. So all folks that have shown up in previous CPL seasons, so welcome back folks. Kicking things off, we're going to start out with a TVT again from NCX and Forte. Let's get rid of the starting screen and head right into things. So down here in the bottom left, we have Forte kicking things off with yellow T. And on the right side, we have NCX with brown T. So we're going to have a TVT. I think NCX plays random, but please someone correct me if that's wrong. And this map is, of course, Apocalypse. 3-person map. It's a little bit of a play on an older Twilight map. It was a 2-player map. It's like Blue Storm, I think it was called. So they try to make it a little bit more balanced, turn it into a 3-player map. Plays pretty normal, I would say. Come out here to a natural, and also a 3rd expansion right to the right of that, and then you go up a big hill into the center of the map, down a big hill into the real center of the map. Yeah, pretty standard. No ramps here out of your main base, so that could play to some interesting strategies. Right off the bat, we have Forte building a supply depot up here. Not sure about why. Maybe that's anti-drop supply depot, since this is TVT and you tend to have supply or drop ships show up. NCX plays random during preseason, but in regular season he's gonna have to choose a race. No one choosing to get a gas yet. Forte about to start getting his racks over here, probably gonna float it after making a marine or two, whereas NCX is mirroring, so right now things are exactly equal. Everyone's churning out some SCVs. So why don't you give us some insight, NCX, in the chat. What are you going for? Are you a natural Terran player, or are you just winging it? Is going to go 2-port Wraith, so let's see how that plays out. Is T your strongest race when you're random? We have a scout here from Forte, scouting the wrong way. NCX is saying, I don't need a scout, I'm walled in. I already know it's a TVT. Oh, there he goes. I lied, he's scouting after all. But he does look like he's going to be, no, he's going to scout up. Oh, he's only random, no strongest. NCX is a true random. Exactly equal in all 3 races. Meanwhile, we got a factory coming up. I didn't catch what the factory became for supply depot, but it does look like it. He's only got 1 on gas now after the factory's up, which means he's probably going to go for an expo, a single marine. So playing it kind of risky. We do see these kind of early marine and vulture rushes sometimes in TVT. Not happening this time around. Whereas NCX is going for a 2-fact. So NCX abandoned the Wraith idea after seeing NCX's scout. And there we have it, Forte expanding. So this could be a bad time. He's going for vultures. We'll see if NCX is going to go for vultures as well, if he's going to add some add-ons. A third factory, wow. This is gonna be some brute force muscle making its way towards Forte. It's gonna be all vultures. NCX got some wiggle room. He's still mining gas. He must be going out on right if he's still mining gas. Forte about to start his second and third factory. Waiting for the minerals to come in. He is supply blocked. I guess he's going to wait for the CC to finish. Doesn't look like he has another supply depot on the way. So that is unfortunate. It could actually hurt him quite a bit because he hasn't been producing units. It is kind of unfortunate that NCX's factories are all the way back here, and these are slow vultures. Well, we're going to get ready for some aggression now. Marine's super slow. Slower than the speedy bikes. Oh, got some good micro here. But he does manage to pick off that vulture even though it ran away. SCV repair action. Oof. Oof, this is gonna hurt. NCX rallying more vultures. Running his SCVs away. Keeps on losing them. Vultures are a little bit more tricky to micro when they don't have speed. But when you're just against SCVs and you got some marine support, I guess it doesn't really matter. Will Forte hold? Or is there going to be a single hero for a vulture that just saves the day? Oh, a tank comes out. This could get interesting. You get some SCVs on the tank to bring him back in the game. Meanwhile, we have NCX getting mine upgrade. So that is the upgrade they decide to research. A little back and forth. The tank is tanky. Vulture Boys got scared, ran away. NCX is starting his expansion. He might go for another round when Vulture mines finish. He does have a huge amount of vultures compared to, oh, we got 2 tanks now. Forte repairing that tank. Starting to get his SCP count back up. He should be able to catch up quite fast. NCX was cutting SCVs for a while. Forte has the added benefit of 2 command centers instead of just 1. At the same time, he's got this sneaky Rax in here looking around to see what's going to go on. Got another factory coming up. Armory coming up. Double starport. Are we going to go for Wraiths? Are we going to go for dropships? We'll see. CC almost done. Got a big vulture on vulture and tank battle in the center of the map, but we got some sneaky mines here. Ooh, is he gonna fall for the trap? Vulture's pretty good at clearing mines. Oh, that got a good land on that one. Oh, he's gonna pick these 2 tanks off. You never want to lose your tanks. They're expensive. They're beefy, but they're expensive. So coming out of that opening, we have NCX with a slight lead. Oof. Is he going to hold? It's 4 versus 5, but some of these are damaged. Yeah, he should be fine. Not if he moves into the center of the map instead of A moves. Got another tank coming out. Another raid on the SCVs. Ooh, vulture mines. Yeah, we don't wanna go into that no man's land. Siege coming up. In the meantime, Forte's got some vultures sneaking out into the natural of NCX, but the splash damage has really killed a lot of his own SCVs. Meanwhile, another raid from Forte, doing a really good job actually, equalizing the SCV count. Killing some more SCVs. Vultures take forever to kill vultures. Scouting everything. Ooh, okay, we didn't see this. So, dual action over here. Got some counter siege from NCX, making Forte lift his command center. and NCX is able to clean up the stray vultures that got into his main. At the end of all of that, we have NCX down a couple SCVs. We have him killing off the 2 supply depots in the front of Forte's base, pushing his natural back into a turtle kind of position. And we got nothing to counter the raids. No armory, no engineering bay. More raids gonna come up. Not just 2 raids for now. And we are just focusing on SCV production right now. These 2 raids are gonna pew pew away. We see Forte moving his tanks back because he's scared of losing them to the pew pews. We got the command center running away as well. But this allows NCX to ever so slightly edge up. Ooh, loses a raid there to poor positioning. Ever so slightly move up, edge up, and really lock Forte into his base. So it's not looking good for Forte. NCX is retaking the SCV lead. He's stuck in his base. He doesn't have a starport, so it's gonna be quite hard for him to get out. And NCX can just keep on sustaining this contain and dry him out for good. NCX scouting, always a good idea to scout. Make sure there are no sneaky expansions. Forte is gonna try to break this. Is he gonna? You got 4 tanks now. He didn't have vision. NCX didn't have a floating building, so he was able to push out and break the contain. Maybe break the contain. Got some additional siege tanks coming in here. Really exciting stuff. Once again into tank lines versus tank lines. We're gonna be here a while, folks. Tanks raids coming back, pushing the tanks back. Just when Forte saw that light at the end of the tunnel, he saw some hope. Ready to give it his all again, try to claw his way back into the match. Pew pews come along and tell him to, you know, go away again. Is he gonna lose this command center? It's gotta be... Yeah, fortunately raids are made of paper, so 2 Goliaths is enough to hold off 2 raids. Forte getting some +1. NCX in the meantime getting his 3rd expansion up, so when you're ahead, get more ahead. Wise words of Artosis. Still on 4 fact, not making any more raids, just kind of those 2 raids for sight and for a little bit of pew pew. Making a lot of SCVs. The SCV count is just ginormous at this point. And we're gonna make some turrets as well. Maybe we're gonna get a Manor CC, who knows. Forte getting a starport up, and a dropship is coming. He's also gonna try to float a CC out and get a sneak expansion that NCX isn't gonna scout. Unfortunately for him, NCX is ahead of that. He's already mined up this expansion. Mine's given vision, so he's able to scout here. And it looks like he's gonna send an SCV here to make some turrets, some missile turrets, yep. It's gonna be an offensive missile turret ring to counter any drop play. Got a good old Slayer's Boxer drop, 4 Goliaths, the the historic classical special. And a single raid scouts it. NCX really on top of his game. Making more. But the Goliaths are going to try to kill them. Missile turrets. Oh, the single raid is going to kill the CC. NCX got a 3rd up. Needs to transfer some SCVs. Got a lot of idle SCVs. Doing a good job spending his money. Forte not doing a good job spending his money, even though he's on one base. NCX sending some units here to deal with these pesky Goliaths. Well, we'll see how your games go, Ricehat. So while we have you here, Ricehat, how open to ridicule are you? Do you want me to hype up your games, or do you want me to give you the most scathing review possible? Oh, while we wait on a response, let's see what's happening here. Got 2 dropships now. Okay. Escalade ridicules you all the time. Okay, I'll be nice then. I'll let Escalade ridicule you in his next session. These guys, these 2 dropships they're on a mission, man. They gotta kill every single building. What? He forgot to drop all his units in here. And I mean, NCX is on so much production that the tanks that just spawned from his factories took care of the few units that decided to have the bravery to leave the dropships. The other guys were like, screw this, we're out of here. Oh, Memnon wants to get roasted. I gotta be funny. Okay, that's gonna be hard. I'm not funny. I'm just boring. These 2 dropships, man. Now they're empty. Got a couple of mines here. Man, at this point you just kind of spell out get out with missile turrets or mines in the center of the map and share vision with your opponent. Double CC. This is a great idea. I mean, we've got a missile turret ring here, right? So if the missile turrets kill one of the CCs, the other one has a chance to get out to take a sneak expansion somewhere higher. Got a raid. 2 raids kind of patrolling, killing the dropships. NCX being nice and not taking the map. And there we have a GG. There you go, NCX wins their first game. Let's head on into the second replay. Let's see who that's going to be. Spelling get out with CCs is what Forte is going for. The offensive get out. It works sometimes. Alright, next up we're gonna do Memnon versus NCX, and looks like it's gonna be a PvP. Hold on a second while I update the scoreboard. I hope I spelled that right. It's so tiny. I have the scoreboard on the lowest resolution possible. Well, I guess the highest resolution possible on my laptop screen. I can barely see the letters. Yeah, Grandpa Yenta needs to get his glasses. Alright. There's something off about my resolution. Things aren't quite lining up. It's good enough, right? You can't see the replay bar. Well, NCX has definitely got an interesting randomizer. You got T versus T, got P versus P. Maybe he likes playing mirrors? Saying that the last game, Forte tried the regular amount to try to break out, since he's known for bad macro. This macro looked pretty good though. Come on, Ricehat. Can't... Guys need to calm down. You need to open your arms to the Random Brotherhood. Let Random back into the CPL. One of these days, our descendants are going to be able to play Random in CPL, and it's going to be a glorious day. We have Memnon up here in the top middle with the white Protoss, and NCX down here in the bottom left with the brown toss. Both going for a pylon. Crazy stuff. NCX doubling Memnon's APM right now. Got a gate going, got a gate going. NCX's gate is slightly slower. Random playstyle. Some of the newer folks that joined that have been popping up and looking for game channel have some crazy random builds. Don't remember who I was playing the other day, but it was a Protoss, and I think they came from Starcraft 2. And their base layout was entirely random. It looked like a computer playing, but then they just like donked me with Zealot builds, and the macro was really good. So I guess you can't assume that if people have computer layouts, they're going to play a computer. Memnon harassing with a probe and manages to lose it. So now NCX can go crazy. Just go straight DT. Memnon will never know. Memnon opting for Zealot. Doesn't even have his core up. Well, NCX's core is done, and he also has a Zealot out. Pylon's a little slow, I guess he's not blocked. Oh, he was blocked by making units. So NCX gonna be scouting. Come on, man. Gotta go straight DT. That's what Wikipedia says you gotta do. Every single build order, Protoss build order is like, and now we go DT. DT are not visible. They are great. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Lois. I think it was another name, but yeah, it was crazy. Like, I scouted with an Overlord, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can fool around this game, and then I could not fool around this game. I was dead. Well, this probe here from NCX is really making this Zealot from Memnon work out. Getting ready for his marathon. Getting a second gate up, of course, NCX sees everything. We got range coming. Oh, NCX going straight for DT after the... Oh, I called it, man. Kill the probe, kill the scout, go DT. He could have gotten a second gateway, though. If you start the second gateway right when you start your archives, they finish at the same time. And then you can go double DT right out of the gate. And we got... Where's the other Zealot? Did it get lost in the base? I thought there were two Zealots. Memnon's really scared. He's playing blind, and he even made a shield battery. But he's definitely got the safer build. Does he think NCX is gonna go for like triple gate? Robo coming. Okay. So Memnon is going hard off of memory from past experiences. The last time he played NCX went 3-gate goon. NCX did not get the better trade of that, and I gotta admit, he's very ballsy. He made a Manor pylon and his own shield battery. Okay, now I see what the game plan was. That's I give it to you. That's pretty neat, but I don't think you're ever gonna get there. Memnon not using his shield battery at all. Dude, use your shield battery. NCX using his shield battery. There's, where's the DT? The DT's here. The DT is like, just teasing us. We got shuttle first, instead of obs first. That is quite interesting. How many probe kills is it gonna get? Does Memnon see the DT? He must see the DT. That must be why he's running away. Kill some more probes. 4 probes. Oh. Pretty good. Juking and jiving. Only got 4 probes. That was a really good hold, Memnon. Really good drills. Gave that DT a headache that it didn't really want to remember. Oh, but a good little sneak back here. This is a good move for NCX. Let's see. Oh, the Forge is late. But we got DTs coming. Buddy's going back. Ah, the DT pulled his army back. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you had... Okay. This one's going a little bit worse this time around. Juking and jiving here. NCX is playing League of Legends in a Starcraft game. Does Memnon know that the DT is still alive? He's distracted by these other DTs. 4 DTs, man, just mass. This is like the most annoying thing. He's still got these 8 probes in here. I don't know if he remembers them. I played a ZVP once where the Protoss went mass DT and mass stare, and I lost really hard, and it made me really sad for a while. Last DT in the base is picked off. Memnon. He does remember he has probes in the shuttle, so good save. He's in a tough spot though. Army-wise, I think the army's bigger. But at this point, NCX has got 3 gates up. He's got a lot of probes pumping. He's got 4 DTs. He could probably hold anything that Memnon throws at him. By the time we get a Reaver out, it's gonna be a while. See what Memnon goes for. Yeah, man, that's the worst. You gotta make sure you see that blue spirit leak out, otherwise, otherwise you're gonna be in for a surprise. All right, NCX was killed a sneaky observer. I think he was supply blocked for a little bit, but he's definitely not supply blocked anymore. Getting +1 on the Forge, getting legs, getting Dragoon range, vital upgrade. Memnon's pumping probes. He's good at Expo. He is good at Expo. Surprised he didn't go for a Reaver to do some harass to try to get back in it. NCX is gonna try to get in here with his DT heavy army. This is a very interesting army composition. Still on 3 gates. Usually when you're doing something like this, I see players go up to 5 gates when they get on 2 base. Kiting back. Some tanky DTs here. He's gonna use his shield battery. Did any energy on that shield battery get used? GG. NCX up 2-0 in the group. All right, let's head into the next one. Let's see who's gonna give NCX a run for his money. Should we run through the entire NCX round of replays? Nah, let's mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna forget where I am. Let's do Memnon versus Quad. So ZVP. Show off some Zerg skills. All right. Starting off in the bottom left, we got Quad with the beige Zerg. And then over here on the right side, we got Memnon with the yellow Protoss. Yeah, we are able to, they did play top versus bottom, so thank you. We are able to switch to blue and red. That makes it a little bit better. Yellow and beige is not the best color combo to watch. Got Memnon going up here. Let's see if he's going to go for a pylon at the expo. He is going for a pylon at the expo. And we'll see what he's going to go for. Is he going to go for a little bit of a rush strategy? Is he going to go for a Nexus, an expo, Forge Gate? We'll see. Scouting in the wrong direction. Quad is scouting in the right direction. What is he going for? He's going for an Overlord, so it's either going to be a 12 hatch or an Overpool, something like that. Overpool coming out of Quad, so pretty standard build order. How about Memnon? He's going out to build his Forge. Maybe a little bit tiny early, he can go out at 12. Well, I guess it's safe. He didn't find the Zerg yet, so you never know. He could be going for a 4 pool, a 9 pool, 7 pool, any number of pools that will make it dangerous. Is he actually? Oh man, sneaky jukes. Oh, he saw it. That's the worst, man. It's gotta be the worst feeling in the world when the Protoss scouts you last and he still manages to block your hatchery. Oh, Memnon's being nice. But Quad managed to make 6 Zerglings. That's a very strong response. Usually you want to pull some of your larvae until you figure out what the toss is doing. Right? Because now we know the toss is going in Expo, so we're economically behind. We just want 2 Lings. And then go straight back into drones. Well, I guess if he kills the probe, then he can go for some sneaky action. Memnon being safe, putting down a second cannon. Has anyone ever gotten 6 Lings past you, past 1 cannon, Memnon? Memnon's going all out here, man. He's super scared of a Ling all in. Quad's just going for standard play. The probe sees everything. Memnon's scared of the Lings. Lings gave him nightmares. Is Quad gonna go for a blah blah blah? What do you call it? A lair? Is he go? Yeah, he does go for a lair. Okay, this is shaping up to be 3 hatch spire into something. In the meantime, Memnon has not transferred any probes. There we go. Quad losing a single Ling. Still scared of a Ling all-in. Getting a single Zealot out. Now those probes can go in line. Core is starting. Everything is looking super, super standard so far. He's able to sneak a probe in. This is great. Super, super good. Confirms that there's no Hydra Den. He's not going to get Hydra all in, at least not yet. He's attacking the forge because that will allow the probes not to run away. They're gonna like, there's no hold position on probes until you get a fighting unit out, and then you can group the probe with the fighting unit and use hold position to make the probe not move. So before that happens, the trick is to have the probe attack a building so that it doesn't move. So in the case of like a Ling all-in, that's super useful because the probes won't get scared away by like one hit from a Zergling, and then the Zerglings can get by. Up, adding 2 more links here. I didn't see if link speed was started, but probably. What's the follow-up here? A standard follow-up. Is he getting +1? He is getting +1. Quad. Yep, he does have link speed. He lost 2 links there. Not great, but it's okay. I would have lost all the links. This SimCity could be better. Where would I put that hatchery? Maybe a little bit back and down, and then you can block it off with like an Evo chamber there. Making more lings, just in case there's a hidden second gate. Although he should see everything, he did send his overlord through the entire base of Memnon, so he knows exactly what's coming. We're a little slow on the build here, Memnon. You should have more Zealots, more Corsair at this point. So it'd be good to go and check the build order sheet to see what went wrong here. Quad's going straight into 5 hatch off of this. Made a couple Scourge just to make the Corsairs scared and run away. Memnon adding a cannon in case Quad decides to go for a Muta switch, but the Corsair should have saw that there is no Muta coming. Does not kill a Corsair, which is good, that's nice. We do have Lex done, +1 is not done yet. Let's see if this will do any damage. Quad is a little bit low on the number of Hydra. Usually you want to be at around 17 Hydra right now. Oh, he doesn't have +1 yet, so he's running away. Or he's trying to fight on the ramp. Yeah, unfortunate. If he waited for the +1, that would have done a lot better. Well, now Memnon's in trouble because his storm is late. His storm is late. He has no High Templar out. I think Quad's just gonna A-move him with Hydra. And that looks like what Quad's game plan is. Just making Hydra. Although he does need to fix his rally point. He did get like 3 or 4 Hydra picked off. Memnon doing a runaround to kind of force some of the Hydra to go back. being super... Oh, he should have taken that fight there. Although this number of Hydra is going to rip through these 2 cannons in no time. Taking really good engages with the Zealots. Kind of fighting the reinforcements. So not really getting the Hydra, not letting the Hydra get up into a number of... But it's not enough. Too many Hydra at this point. Yeah, +1 was late. Just the entire build order was a little bit late. Got to clean things up. Storm was definitely late. Yep. This is the power of 3-hatch Spire, 5-hatch Hydra. If your Storm is late, you're dead. I think it's like I don't think it's I don't think it's 5 to 7 gates. I think it's like 4 gates from what I remember. I would have to go back and check in the Jaeyoon lecture. All right, well, good job, Quad. Let's head on into the next game. Yeah, you prioritize Storm, and you get 2 HTs out, and as your 2 HTs come out, your next 2 gates come up. Or is that right? I haven't played Protoss in a while. I feel like 4 gates come up and you make 4 Templar just so you can pull Storms. Or you make like 1 Templar and then your 4 gates come up and you make a DT and 3 more Templar, something like that. And then as soon as those are done, you add 2 more gates to get up to 6. Someone go check in on Bag of Builds. I'm sure it's written out. Well, you go up to 8 gates only if you're going for an 8-gate timing. Alright, so now we're going to have NCX versus Quad. So our 2 champions, NCX 2-0 on the group, Quad 1-0 on the group. We're going to have a ZVT this time around. So that's a nice change of pace. And I should note we are saving the best for last. All the Ricehat games are going to come at the tail end of this session. All right. Up top, we have NCX this time rolling T. So D's rolled T twice. Let's see if he rolls Z versus Ricehat. Then he gets a randomizer, pretty fair then. And Quad down here in the bottom right, rolling Zerg. Could I be scouting the wrong direction? Let's see how NCX plays his TVZ. What type of T is he? Is he a 1-base T? Is he a mech T? Is he a bio T? Is he a cheesy T? Poor Zerg, man. This is like the most... This is the matchup that makes me cry. And I'm really bad at ZVZ, but this is still the matchup that makes me cry. We're not starting with an 8 racks, so NCX has been a merciful god this game. Oh yeah? Ricehat was voted the best looking player on horse emoji? Or are you talking about yourself? SCV scouting, trying to find the Zerg. Trying to sniff out the Zerg. Got a 12 hatch from Quad. He's going to be scouting with the next drone. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't like that. I like Ricehat. I'll give it a Ricehat. Yeah, our team was really quiet last season. The only action we had in the chat, I feel like, was when we tried to do a max out on drones in the fastest time possible. And then suddenly everyone started being active, but other than that, it was just like me and Gabagoon playing games against each other, and occasionally Pandora would spank me. But I don't remember playing anyone else. Are we going for a lair? We are. Got a little drone chilling out here. I think he's just taking a beer break. Drone can only handle so much in his life. Quad is playing completely blind, by the way. And NCX is going into a factory. So he did scout that because a creep colony is coming up, so that's good. But he doesn't have an overlord anywhere. He doesn't have lings anywhere. He doesn't know when stuff is going to be coming. NCX can pull a good old surprise on him. Oh, ooh, 2-port Wraith. We'll see how good NCX's micro is. I like going this as well. But the better Zergs in Tier 1 and Tier 0, they have their builds down a lot better than I do. And usually my rates are in their base when they're muta-hatch, which is not what you want. No Spire. Where's the Spire? Hydrodon. Okay, we could be in some trouble, folks. That drone is still chilling, man. Come on, drone. There we go. And Spire coming. Yeah, I mean, Zerg is... He scouted it. He misclicked the Overlord and went straight into N6's base. That was a happy little mistake. Or maybe it was like programmer sense, star sense. Man, just Quad is getting everything to donk on these rates. Now he's even getting an Evo chamber. He is supply blocked. The drone count is pretty low because he decided to go into all of these tech trees. But to be fair, he didn't really know what was coming until the very last minute. Got a little overlord here. We'll see if this gets killed. NCX. He's not using the group your wraiths with a thing in your base trick to be able to micro them like muta. And we got more Hydra coming out. Is he gonna go into more wraiths? No, just the 2 wraiths. He does, like, NCX doesn't like more than 2 wraiths. Are you scared of more than 2 wraiths, NCX? Got 2 drones so far. 3 drones. The Hydra don't want to work, man. They know what's coming. They're just like, screw this. Oh, I wouldn't say he used the Hydra to counter the Wraith. Hydra is just like, Hydra and Spire is like, T is going 1 base, he's going mech, we have no idea where's he to go, let's just make everything. Because it could be a Vulture drop or something like that. But I definitely think, oh, he's got speed. That's good. For the Overlords, not going to lose any Overlords. I do think NCX got the better of this exchange. Quad is poor. Really, really poor. And he's also scared of a Vulture drop. He didn't get his third hatchery up because he didn't have the drones to be able to get his third hatchery up. Is he finally going to get some drones? Just one drone. Oh, he's making everything, man. Hydra range, Hydra speed. At this point, seeing that NCX didn't make any more rates, probably shouldn't be going Hydra. It would have been better to go Muta. It's always good to open at least 5 Muta versus mech, so they can at least check what the Turan's follow-up is. It could really be anything. This opens up so many branches for you. I mean, it could just be like fast science vessel into bio. We see that NCX is going into tank, which is a really good choice given that Quad decided to go straight into Hydra, like heavy into Hydra. Yeah, like the whole point of this anti-mech opening is so you can make drones, and Quad did not make drones. He made too many Hydra. You make the den, you get like 2 Hydra each in case it's a Vulture drop, and then you go back into drones while the Spire is coming, and then when the Spire gets up, you make a couple of Muta and go scout what their follow-up is. And if they're not all-inning you off of one base, doing something crazy like something that Queen used to do, she'd do like 3-fact or 4-fact off one base, 4-fact Goliath, then you can go an Expo after you chase the Vulture off. Come on, man, drone, drone, drone. We're within 10 drones of the SCV count, so it's not entirely bad, but NCX is moving out here. Is he gonna go try to attack the third? It does look like that, maybe. Oh, Valkyrie. Yeah, this isn't fun to play against, tank Valkyrie. Royal Blue used to love this style. Just mech into mass tank, mass Valkyrie. And then you kind of split map, and Zerg never has fun split mapping against a mech player. Quad, no vision, so, I mean, NCX just rolls right up and sieges. And there goes the third. And Quad just GG's out of frustration. I played some games with Royal Blue the other day, yeah. It's good to see him back. Alright, well, everyone was waiting for it, and here it is. Now we get into a block of Ricehat games. The best, the best. And if Ricehat doesn't go, 4-0 to finish out this group, I'm going to be very disappointed. So I'm super excited to see what he pulls out. So I think the first game we're going to see is going to be Ricehat versus Memnon. So a TVP. Well, let's update the scoreboard. All right, let's go. At the top, we have the player that recommended this group, Ricehat. Fellow caster, prettiest face on the horse team from last season, or so I heard. Escalade's favorite player. Didn't know, if Escalade goes into his closet and he has a little tiny shrine of Ricehat there. And every time Ricehat wins a game, he goes and lights up a new candle. Every time Ricehat loses a game, he self-inflicts. So Ricehat, don't lose any games, it hurts Escalade. Down here in the bottom left, we have Memnon as a red Protoss. What are we gonna get? I want to see some DT. I want to see some DT fall into a hat on top of a single grain of rice. So far, nothing interesting. Memnon not going for a gas steal. Ricehat making a supply depot under his CC. Memnon making a gateway. Tell me, Ricehat, what was so special about this group? What are you planning? What are you going to do to Memnon? So far, we have NCX topping the group, 3-0, Quad at 1-1, and everyone else at 0-2 or 0-1. So what's the special sauce you're going to bring? Ricehat scouting in the wrong direction, so he's going to find the toss last. Memnon, sure of himself that he doesn't need to scout. Scouting after core. Memnon's a pro, man. He's gonna get up to Reaver, and he's just gonna run circles around our poor terrain player. Ricehat making a little pseudo bunker over here in case you have any zealots coming. That way he can run in here between the supply depots and make a fool out of any zealots that try to micro against him. Factory coming up. Everything looking standard. Memnon is not starting range. Okay, range is started, so pretty standard. NCX trying to recruit himself as the next singer of Linkin Park. Dragoon telling the SCV to get out. SCV trying to protest by trying to kill the assimilator. Unfortunately, SCVs are good, but Ricehat didn't do the drill trick, so the assimilator only lost a couple of points. Memnon gonna go for a 1 Dragoon Expo on 23, so again, pretty standard stuff. Ricehat starting a CC at about the same time. I think we're going to be in for a long game. Could be a pretty good game. True, you are not a Scientologist. Can you scream, though? Chat getting into some risky positions. I'm not going to repeat these. CPL's pretty family friendly. 2 goons out here from Memnon. Range is almost done. Memnon just scouting to make sure the CC is coming up. That is a dirty trick that T's try to do sometimes. They go and build like another factory or another racks, or they don't build anything, and then they 2-fact you, and you get caught with your pants down. Range is done. Range in the bunker. 2 goons, so you need 2 SCVs repairing. SCVs repairing needs to equal the count of goons attacking. That is the perfect balance. Otherwise, you run into this thing happening where you need to kind of remember to keep on right-clicking the bunker. First tank out. Oh, but it's balls on this tank, man. Memnon not using that chance to take some pot shots at the tank. Coming back out here. Just going up to 2 gates. Is he going to go for Reaver, or is he just going to go for Observatory? Observatory for now. Memnon taking his third. And T on 2 facts so far. Engineering Bay in case a Reaver is coming. Or DTs, although it's pretty late for DTs. Three goons chilling out here. Just kind of taking in the view. Ricehat, is he going to go for some Vulture Harass? Maybe. Or is he going to take a third? We'll see. Let's see what type of play he prefers. Big old 2-1, 200, 200, or... Three tanks, 3 vultures, 3 marines, 3-3-3. Good little intercept here, set up by Memnon up on the ramp. Good enough to scare Ricehat away, at least for a little bit. Excuse me. Ooh, fighting uphill. Oh man, that mine could have made this a bad day. Will Memnon hold? It's siege is almost done. Memnon could use another gate. Taking pot shots at the Nexus, but is he reinforcing at all? No, he's not reinforcing. And the tanks, the siege mode is done, but the tanks did not siege. So Ricehat is probably going to lose these tanks. I mean, 4 goons aren't going to really be afraid of a couple of vultures, especially with observer around. Come on, man. I'm disappointed, Memnon. I think you could have saved that Nexus. And the tanks get out. And he gets some vultures in. Damn, Ricehat. Some good play here. How many probes are we going to get? 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's not a probe. 6. I lost some focus here. Alright, let's see if we stabilize. Memnon has a shuttle now. He's got his Stargate up. Are legs started? Legs are not started out yet. He's going to clear out his big hill to try to retake his expo. The good news is I don't think he actually lost any probes before the Nexus went down. Maybe like 1 probe, so that's good. They're about even on worker count. Ricehat is up to 5 factory now, so there's going to be a strong push coming. +1 is not quite done yet. That is a lot of goons, though. Memnon is adding gates. Is he just going to power now onto base? Just kind of stop the push. I don't think Memnon got into the base to actually scout the number of factories that Ricehat is on. So maybe just seeing that there's no third. Tips him off. Okay, taking a sneaky nexus off on the side. Ricehat getting the vultures out on the map again. Kills the probe, probably gets excited that he stopped the third attempt. Doesn't know that the third is coming back up over here on the side, and this time we got a pylon wall. What are these two ICVs doing out here? Bob and Bob, man, went for a coffee break. But they had a really nice, heartfelt chat and went a little bit too far, and now they're paying for it with their life. Just a sad way to die. All they wanted was some brew, man. All right. Yeah, if you want to join CPL, just hit up the link that Manadog posted in the channel. The season hasn't started yet, but we are past preseason, so you're not going to be able to join outright, but you will be able to join the waitlist, and if teams need people to fill in after a couple of weeks, we'll pull from the waitlist. That's a lot of tanks, man. Ricehat's powering up. He doesn't have his side facility yet, so he can't dual research weapons and armor, but taking his third. I think he could have taken that third a lot earlier. He had a really good setup, and even though Memnon had a lot of goons, I don't think with the supply depots there all over the place and the number of tanks he had, he could have done anything. But better to be safe than sorry. Memnon taking a fourth, so really leaning into the Eton here. So that's all good and normal. Got a pretty decent supply lead. A little bit supply block now. Okay, you didn't see his third, so you were just kind of waiting for a bust or something. I got it. That makes sense. Are there any arbiters? No arbiters yet. Are we researching recall or something? First arbiter coming online. There we go, recall's coming online. So Memnon's going for the recall plays. Does Ricehat prepare? This is a really good map for drops, just because of the travel distance. Like usually players are setting up over here, and it takes a while to get your units back into your main. The main isn't really big. You don't really have a good way to funnel units into the back. So if Memnon comes around here and does a little recall action in this spot, that's going to be bad news. And then usually, once you get all your units back here, the toss is just going to hit your third. Memnon up to 55 probes, so he's recovered well after losing that third initially. But again, that comes down to the fact that he didn't really lose any probes. I would like to see him get some more gates. He really could afford some more gates and really could max out by now. You want to have some gates in your original location. You want to have some gates preferably over here on the bottom right. Oh, I caught this drop ship. Let's see where that's going. It's probably going to the 4th. Yeah, I could use some more probes, sure. How many probes are we gonna kill? And this is when the pylon wall is works against you, right? Oh, we're gonna kill all these probes, aren't we? Just the one ninja probe chipping away. Memnon, that triggered Memnon pretty hard. And he's trying to break into this, valley of death here. Never a good idea. Just lost like 60 supply of that and didn't get anywhere. Yeah, I can understand. It would have been better to wait for the recall. Where's the poor Arbiter? Did we lose the Arbiter? Where'd it go? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it can be hard to catch the drops. So, really good drop by Ricehat. Memnon still doing fairly well. He did recover some probes, and he's still building probes, so he's almost back up to the 55 he was at prior to that drop. And now we have some Zealots coming in. He does have another base coming up here. But like I said, I would like to see him add some more gates. What are the... he doesn't have any upgrades, though. Memnon, you gotta get some upgrades, man. Ricehat is adding some anti-recall mines into his main. He could get a few more turrets up. Probably get a science vessel. There we go, we got a science vessel. Is the science vessel gonna come up before the recall comes in, though? Probes transferring over. Memnon almost maxed again. Got a lot of bank. He's gonna start making some gates over here. 2 arbs. One of them could get a recall off. Is he gonna go for a recall? Oh, he's gonna try to attack into this. I think Ricehat is planning on pushing out, but it's like an awkward sort of setup. Okay, that maybe wasn't the best use of Arbiter abilities. Oh, Ricehat wasn't set up. This is doing a really good job. He's like, looks like he's gonna wipe Ricehat's army with this. Yeah, but now these guys are gonna unfreeze, and we're gonna lose the rest of our army. I was thinking he was gonna come in here. He was gonna wipe the tanks in the middle on the bridge, and then he was gonna freeze up here, so that these guys couldn't save the tanks that he just took out. But it went a little bit away, and surprisingly did fairly good, although I think we overstayed. Probably should have ran away when we saw that our Zealot count dwindled. It's really easy to rebuild Zealots, it's not super easy to rebuild Goons. This opens Ricehat up to being able to do a counter. And since we have no upgrades and we just got +1 now, and Ricehat's on 2-2, this army, this T army is scaling really well. So now the question is, will Ricehat be aggressive, or is he just going to park in the middle of the map and let the T build army back up again? Memnon getting here in the middle, trying to pick off some reinforcements. Ricehat being super careful after wiping that army. Oof, that's a lot of probed kills. Does have a big bang. He does still have 3 more expos on this side. Would like to see Ricehat put some tanks down at the bottom of this ledge so he can range this Nexus. I think he's going to do that now. Memnon's trying to build back up. He's just making pure Zealot though. Now we got a round of goons coming in. Oh, there's a recall. Where's the recall going? Actually, I don't know. Where did the recall go? Oh, it's in the main. Good recall. He was able, it looks like he was able to get past all the mines. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's so hard to get back in here. But at the same time, that recall wasn't that big, and this opened up Ricehat to put on the pressure in the front of Memnon's base. This is almost cleaned up. There's a single Dragoon on a hero mission in here. Should reinforce though. You should really send some vultures down here. A lot of army over here. What happened? I missed something where Ricehat lost a bunch of SCVs. I don't think he lost that. Maybe he lost them now because they were just sitting around in the main and after they had mined out. Reinforcing the push though. Got a recall at the 3rd. This is going to do some damage and really eat into Ricehat's ability to produce. Memnon really making good use of these recalls to pick Ricehat apart. Ricehat was in a super good position after that failed attack, and I think he just attacked a little bit too slowly. Does have a 4th up, I guess it's the 3rd now, but he's mined out. This death squad though has been super effective, and Memnon has just not been able to chip away at it. It's been going around taking out bases left and right. Not much left in the main. Got about 600, 700 bucks on us. And it looks like a bunch of Zealots is going to finish off the game. Oh, I didn't see this. We got a really good drop over here. Taking out a bunch of probes. I think Memnon was up in the 50s, 55s, and that probably took a good number of probes out. He didn't kill this base. Could have left like 2 vultures down here and just taken this base out. But we're in a bad spot either way. We have no income coming in. Memnon's gonna wipe our base, and the bases that we're wiping from him are not the only mining bases. Just taking some time to let my voice rest. Is Ricehat gonna make Memnon kill every single building? Oh, he's got this space mining. Okay, this is probably gonna do it. We're gonna GG as soon as these come in. Yep. Well, GG. That was a really good game. Nice and back and forth. All right, let's get Ricehat versus NCX. Let's see what NCX randomed this game. Tell us, NCX, what was your vision? What did you want to pull off against Ricehat? Got another PVT. This time it's going to be NCX peeing on Ricehat. All right, heading right into it. We got NCX up here in the top middle, starting off as a red Protoss player, and Ricehat down here in the bottom left, starting out as a T. We are again playing on Apocalypse. All of these preseason matches in week 3 are on the same map, Apocalypse. It is a flat map. Flat maps do open up a wider, different strategies. Maybe not wider, but different number of strategies. NCX saying that his plan was to win and go to bed. That's always a good plan. So we'll see how he's able to execute on that plan. Have you ever gone 4-gate goon with 3 of the gates proxied on a map like this? Yeah. Oh, in PvP. It's pretty good in PvT as well. Like if they don't scout it and it's a flat map and you have the gates really, really close, like probably at their 3rd on this map, can do a ton of damage, finish things out, go to bed. Even grab a beer before you go to bed. That's living the dream. Oof. Gassed ya. I have been proxy 4-gated as a Z. Fridge. Actually, I got proxy 4-gated, well, Zealots, but proxy 4-gated in the last game of the best of 9 that I lost. That was a hard 3 hours of play, and it felt super bad to lose. NCX gas stealing Ricehat and even being as so bold to try to kill the... He's gonna get it! He's gonna get it! Come on, get it! Come on! He can do it! Oh yeah, and he's got a gas in his mouth. This is, I mean, this is just, I would just quit if I was Ricehat. Oh no, the hero probe. Oh, how much? What? 3 hit points. Oh, the Marine's gonna shut it down. Oh man, the shields regenerated enough. Jukin and jiving, man. Oh, come on, man. That was pretty cool, though. We got 2 explosions in 1 probe. I think that's cool enough where I want to replay it. I wanna see this probe explode twice. Look at this hero probe, man. He's even got some minerals now. I didn't see that the other time around. I thought he saw the gas. Minerals explode? Yeah, man, it's like the probe and the minerals exploded. That's super weird that minerals explode. In the meantime, why Ricehat's dealing with all that nonsense, we got a Zealot just wide walking into your main. See ya. And NCX is really good at these pressure builds. But Ricehat is prepared. That is a good home to have, man. Look at that hidey ho. This Marine he got off on the wrong foot. This other guy's chilling over here. He's not really helping his SCV friends, but you know, they handle themselves. Starting our CC. Protoss players, Nexus is around halfway done. This probe, did it kill the SCV? Something killed the SCV. You should have 2-gated. I believe you should have 2-gated, yeah, or just made more Zealots. Now we're going to go into a longer game. So, got a Robo on the way. I think Ricehat's going to make some DT. Oh, what is NCX doing? Just gifted that goons, man. Late gas, but we're starting 2-fact right away. No SCV transfer, but we don't really have that many SCVs, so that could be the reason. We're just kind of like sub-optimally mining in the main. Another goon coming out here to support his friend who's just barely alive. NCX gonna take a third. Will we have a repeat of the last game where Ricehat pushes with 3 tanks, 3 Marines, and 3 Vultures exactly and kills the third? That would be great. If you pull that off, I think that would be pretty glorious. Goon range is finished. Picking away at the bunker, making Ricehat use some money. Mines coming up. Double add-on. No siege mode yet. Gotta have a tank soon. NCX taking his third. Pump some probes, man. Pump some probes. Reaver coming soon. It doesn't look like NCX is ready for the Reaver. Oh no. This is what Memnon did not do last game, but NCX Still taking the bait a little bit. This time it's Ricehat who has his unit live with barely any health. Repair the bunker. Vulture speed. We got the tank coming back here. This time Ricehat's controlling it. Dancing it back and forth. 3 tanks. And we got some vultures. Oh man, this Reaver. Ooh. That was some good shots. And that looks like a speed shuttle as well. Oh, get some. Oh, that was close, man. If those vultures got into the main, they would have run havoc, run amok. Do we have an engineering bay? Do we even have siege? I think NCX was trying to get this mine to trigger. Where is the Reaver? Did it die? Must have died. Doing good damage, man. Ricehat really has good pushes. There's many pushes. Oh, the mine. Man, that was close. That mine almost finished to seal the deal, man. Shut this down. Two tanks. It may be time for these 2 tanks to leave. There's a Reaver. Curiosity, man. These tanks really want some more kills, and I think it's going to be the end of them. Oh, another drag didn't get off. Oh. That was ridiculous. This tank has some stories to tell. It's going back. It's a master sergeant. It got some insane drags off. Meanwhile, alright, let's see if NCX can equalize with this Reaver. Is he going to try to equalize with this Reaver, get some SCV kills? In the meantime, it looks like he's not really trying to seal off his main, so he doesn't have vultures go back in. Caught back up. In terms of, well, almost caught back up in terms of worker count. He should be the main. I think he could try to hit the main. Alright, we're going to attempt to go for a Reaver drop. Three SCVs coming out here. Looks like Ricehat is prepping to take his third, although that's going to be stopped by the Reaver. Ricehat haven't done that, just building on site anyways. This natural is pretty heavily fortified. He really needs to go for the main. But that floating engineering bay made him suicide in. So Ricehat held that Reaver harass with no issues at all. He's got a decent number of tanks. Really, he could really push and kill NCX right now. He's got equal number of tanks to number of goons. If he just made nothing but vultures and pushed, this would be GG. Costa really needs the threat of that Reaver to keep the T player from coming out of their base. Transferring SCVs over, getting everything up healthy. I would like to see Ricehat build a few more SCVs before he gets his third online. Kind of like pre-seed the third, so to speak. Getting some more factories up, so we're going up to 6 fact. 2 add-ons only. Doing a good job of spending his money. No third gas starter yet. That is the big limiter for T when they go mech, is they need that gas, that third gas, and fourth gas. He did not find the 4th base yet with those scans. Yeah, the bases on, you really have to pre-plan how you lay these bases out. Not a Zerg problem though. Going for a push. NCX, not enough gateways. When you're dealing with these mid-game T pushes, you really want to have equal gateway count, if not more, like 2 gates more. Especially if you don't have any shuttles or anything. Ricehat getting a good position on NCX. Let's see if he can get a good engage here. NCX really stockpiling that money. This is going to be hard to hold. You have no arbiters. NCX playing gateway man with no gates. I know, imagine if NCX macroed. We'd have 24 zealots more. Oh man, imagine. Not like this. Oh man, single DT. If I was a betting man, this single DT, oh no, one more. He notices it. I lost that bet. I thought that single DT is going to hold the entire push. Still, this is fairly decent. That push looked a lot worse a few seconds ago. But yeah, man, where's the gateway flood? You're not gonna stop this with like 5 gates. Nowhere to put the gates. Anywhere. Just put them anywhere at this point. Put them here, put some there, put some at your 4th. Just gates. Gates anywhere. Ricehat over microing these 3 vultures to give NCX some hope In the meantime, he's rallying his army up here on the big hill. He really wants that victory parade, man. He really wants to show off all his tanks. Vultures to the 4th, but we got 2 cannons and a pylon wall. Really good with the scans, like near instant scans when he sees DTs. And getting a missile turret up, so that's gonna shut down hero DTs. Two tanks getting sent up. Third is down. Surprisingly, this contain does not actually contain NCX. But it's too little to do anything. Get masked up a little bit more. Might have been able to break out. Ricehat running away with it now. Getting a 4th base up. Making sure there are no more expos on the map. Just a lot of blue. A lot of blue on the map. NCX trying to switch to carriers. Ricehat could be a little bit faster in pushing. But I still think he's fast enough to be able to avoid the first carriers coming out. Looked like there may have been a storm drop in the middle of all of this, but Ricehat seems not to have taken any damage. Still around 61 SCVs, so really healthy SCV count. And that mid-game push really did a number, caught NCX right before he could get his gate count up. GG. So, Ricehat gives our hero NCX his first loss in the group. And with that, and with Forte not being able to play his games, we head into the last game of this group, Ricehat versus Quad. So this should be a ZVT. Let's see how Ricehat does in a ZVT. Alright, heading into our last game for tonight. Up in the top we have our hero of the last game, Ricehat, starting in red and spawning as T. And down here on the bottom right, we have Quad spawning as the Blue Zerg. Let's see how this game goes. Let's see what type of strategy Ricehat decides to use. Is he a mech player? Ricehat, do you play mech when you play versus Z? I like playing mech when I offer SST. And I really wish they will grant him in CPL. It'll be a lot of fun. I was thinking about playing T this season, but I just couldn't do it. Couldn't bring myself to do it. So I'm playing Z again. But when I do play T, I do like meching. It's just so satisfying rolling up to the Z and sieging with like 24 tanks and just winning. But at the same time, you do have to survive every single all-in known to man, and it's super hard to scout if the Z controls your vision. Ricehat scouting, trying to find the Z. Quad scouting with his Overlord. Is he going to send it straight into the main like last time? We'll see. Don't think we're going to get any mech. I think we're just going to go for bio. Quad's going for a regular 12 hatch. 11 hatch? Yeah, I think that was 11 hatch. It doesn't have enough drones. I wonder why. Was he scared of getting blocked or something? Quad not finding the T player yet. Ricehat going straight for a CC without any Marines out. Quad not finding the safe space to put his Overlord, kind of running it away over here, so he's going to be playing blind. Did recover the drones. Up 13, which I think is where you want to be. Ricehat going into 2 racks. Single Reen out so far. Quad's only making 2 lings, so that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, 4 lings, sorry. Counts the pairs 1. Will he get the scouting SCV? There's 5 left. Okay, he came back and got it. Alright, so now Ricehat is playing in the dark. This gives Quad the ability to go for lurkers if you wanted to, like a lurker bust. Since you usually make the Hydra den usually like when layer's half done. And it could be pretty strong. There's a specific way you have to play against lurker all in. Good move there. Actually killing 1 SCVs, 2 SCVs. But losing 2 lings in the process. Academy almost up. There's a lot of SCVs mining the gas here. I don't know what's up with that. Couple of idle SCVs. Almost looks like the replay bugged. Alright, there he goes. He's fixing it. Quad trying to take a 3rd, but not being able to find it. We are going for a regular Mutalisk build. Pre-built a creep colony in case he needs to make a sunken colony. We are going to have him move out. The Lings see it, and they do pull the Marines back. So that does buy Quad enough time to get a second creep colony up. And unfortunately he is playing blind because he did not have the Overlord in position, so he doesn't know if Ricehat's committing or not. It did look like Ricehat was going for something like a Sparks build with those 2 fire bats. Maybe those fire bats were just to keep the Lings at bay if there was going to be another run around as he was going out to pressure the Z. Quad adding a 3rd sunken. Have 4 Muta building, so adding that many sunkens really did eat into his money for Muta. Starting +1, everything looks fairly normal. I think he could have gotten away with making one sunken less. Ricehat does have, he doesn't have any turrets up by his racks. His quad could have punished this. We're prepped for Crazy Zerg. We are prepped for Crazy Zerg. Let's do it. Let's Crazy Zerg. Is quad Crazy Zerg? We'll see. Pretty late. Should have started an Evo in a Queen's Chamber by now, so maybe it's just going to mute all in, but pretty good turret placement now from Ricehat. I guess back here you could try to do a little bit of harassment, I guess over here where the supply depots are getting built. Quad, a little bit hesitant to dive in here. I think he had a really good chance earlier to control the racks. Alright, there we go. That is a lot of Muta. It looks like it's a lot of Muta. Yeah. They are heavily damaged though. At that point, if you did that much damage, you should have just finished it, man. That would have opened up 3 depots in the academy. And then you just follow up with Lings, right? He got really lucky on the Mutas not dying, but I think he should have, at that point, he should have just stayed and finished it. Getting a creep colony up here, I don't think he, I think he's playing a little bit too scared. Double Queen's Nest. So this is the first, I think, in CPL, double Queen's Nest. Quad. Going for a harass over here. Ricehat adding more turrets. Going for double starport over here. I think Quad's looking for opportunities to do some more harass. Not microing his mutas though. Now he's going to start losing mutas because they're super hurt. Floating the factory up here so that the turrets get vision and the muta just can't make use of the ledge to kill off the turrets. Why are we running away here? I guess just kind of overclick the muta. Did he see a scout or something? Okay, he did cancel that second Queen's Nest, so that's good. Lurker coming on the way. The drone count is actually higher than the SCV count, so that is not something you want to see as the T player. Hive almost done. Pretty good time for Hive. We'll see how fast the filers are done. I don't see a, yeah, he's not going for a tank push. So he's just going to go SK versus what Quad has. So yeah, Quad should be safe. Quad is just going to be able to take a 4th base and should be able to hold anything that Ricehat does to him. Ricehat adding another Rax, starting Irradiate, just sitting in his base, kind of scared the Muta. He did have a close call earlier. Perhaps respecting the Muta a little bit too much. Lurker's out now. Quad in a very good spot. Any dropships coming? No. As long as there are no dropship surprises, Quad's in a really good spot heading into late game. I think certain positions are a nightmare for me to harass. Definitely Ricehat's starting position isn't the best starting position. I think the naturals are also pretty hard to control with turrets from what I remember. Ricehat going on the map a little bit, doing some precautionary scans to make sure he doesn't walk into hold lurkers. Gotta start using some irradiate to clear out those gas heavy units of the Zerg player. That's what you want to do. And quad, oh, but he really sacrificed way too much to get that side vessel. That was a little excessive. That's like his entire anti-drop force. So now, now Ricehat has the ability to do a little drop into the main, like a double dropship. That is a crazy amount of lurkers, though. Only 3 lurkers here, and like 9 lurkers here. That's kind of overkill. Any lurkers? 2 lurkers here. So he does find the 4th base. He does kill the first defiler with an irradiate. Does kill the only lurker here. Are we gonna overdo it? Are we gonna underprotect our main? Are we gonna lose this natural here? Oh, Quad, you were in such a good spot. Yeah, this super hurts. And Quad taps out. Yeah, let's take a look at Ricehat over here. You know, I think that was a little bit of a preemptive GG timing. That was a tough one, man. Like we saw what was happening. There were way too many lurkers at this 3rd base. Yeah. Yeah, I went back a little bit too far, but there were 9 lurkers here. And then I think there were 3 lurkers here, and he actually nidused 2 of the lurkers over to his 4th. And 1 got irradiated, and it was not enough. So knowing, like, he knew the force is here, he shouldn't have done that. He should have kept lurkers here. He was probably afraid that he was going for the 4th. No, that's the way it be sometimes. Alright, well thanks everyone for dropping by today. I think we ended up having Ricehat and NCX as the top scorers in this group. If we were getting into some kind of Pro League situation, we'd have Ricehat and NCX moving on into the next group stage. Whereas our other players, Quad, Forte, Memnon, have some kinks to iron out during the CPL season, but I'm sure we'll see them claw back and make their way into the finals stronger than ever. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and until next time.